Yo, we back up in this. We back up in the mix to talk about it. A lot of movement, stupid movement, in fact. But your boy Ego will talk about it. What's up? Y'all need to get the likes up. Let's work. Shout out to Alexander, the first person up in here. Yo, what's good? It's been a while for a live. Yeah, I haven't really been going live, so there's that. But we here now. Because I got some things I want to say. What I want to talk about, you dig. Shakur the Whippet Master is insane. Straight insane, bro. Shakur the Whippet Master is crazy. I don't even know why. I seen that on Twitter. Bro, he said Shakur the Whippet Master. Hey, that caught me off guard. I ain't gonna front. Jab Queen Boxing. What's up? Sent $5 as well. Thank you. Okay, the super chat from Jab Queen. It's me, Ty Drakeford. Eagles Army salute. I changed my name and I know they about to start hating, so let me get to donating. I mean, when they hate, donate. Y'all know the rules. Let's get it. That's all they do is hate. Oscar De La Coca, last good fighter is Virgil Ortiz. What brought him up? Who the heck is Malachi? What you talking, bro? Most are mad that it's or Spence or Canelo. I'm just saying. Man, what are you even talking about, bro? Get off my screen. Ego, the last authentic boxing channel besides Pauly TV. Shout out to Kenya B. David Malone, I see you. Bro, David Malone, you gotta chill. I don't even know who you are, cuz. You typing too much. We don't know you, cuz. Bro, who the hell is David Malone? You tripping. You right. Bro, we might have a hot seat. David Malone, you gotta stop typing. We don't know you. You doing too much. Okay, bro. Bro, we don't need to see 40 messages from people we don't know. Hey, T-Man, what's up? I see you. What's good? I'm waiting, and then I'm gonna talk about this madness. Hold on. Kamal Oz, he back. Hold on. Kamal got something to say. Kamal, $2. Rolly went off on your boy Canelo. Clinello. Bro, get Canelo out of here, bro. Baby, you want, bro, get him out of here. I've been telling y'all for years, Canelo is like not conducive to the growth of the sport. Get him out of here. His fights be low key trash. Let's be real. They don't be the most exciting. Like, when is the last time Canelo put on a fight of the year? I'll wait. Bro, I don't care about the Chupapi Muñeños, the Canelo Cinnabons. Name the last Canelo fight and what year was it where he had the best fight of the year? I'll wait. Shout out to Kamal. Shout out to Barbara D. Man, stop playing with me. Barbara D. Salute and blessings, Ego. Let's go. Okay, Barbara D. We here now. I gotta break the news. Bud wins, bro. Hey, listen. I've said the same thing. I'm reconsidering who I'm picking for the fight. I don't like rapid weight class jumping, but Canelo looks so foo-foo and so boo-boo. And we ain't talking Demetrius Andrade, but the man looked boo-boo versus William Skull. I don't know what to think about this fight. He looked horrible. Horrible. So, Bud, he a live dog in there. And Bud low-key looked bigger than Canelo. This is a stupid fight. it is what it is. I've been saying that from the beginning. Canelo Crawford is a dumb fight to me. Horrible fighter, horrible, bro. It is such a dumb fight, and I really want to go off. Do y'all want to ego rant or y'all want me to be cool? I'm gonna let the fans vote. Y'all want me to keep the peace or keep it real? I'm gonna let the fans pick. Do y'all want me to go off or should I keep it kind of PG? Rant. Y'all like when I go off. Bro, I'm about to go ego belly on him. Chad Van Scoor said F the piece. Go off, keep it 100. All right, Barbara D. She left the last super chat, so I gotta listen. I gotta listen to my audience. Bro, it is a horrible fight. Canelo looked compromised. I don't know if his knee is bad. I don't know. For me, I think Canelo been fighting too long. He a full-time golfer and a part-time boxer now. And he's just exceeding by cherry picking certain guys, certain styles, and having experience. Period. See, I put it in a way that no one else is willing to say. Canelo, he ain't been. If Canelo wanted to show that he was real, that he was still real, because there was a time where Canelo was real. If he wanted to show that, he would have fought David Benavidez. So that told me everything, everything. It told me everything I needed to know, bro. The fact that you had an excuse every other day for Benavidez showed me exactly where you're at in your career. World of Animals sent $5, absolutely. Of all time. Salute and keep it real. I got y'all. Canelo is a full-time golfer. He's a golf guy, and he's boxer part-time, surviving off of experience and handpicking certain guys. Period. Canelo, that's him. Crawford is 38 years old come September, right? 38 years old. But to me, Crawford's still fresher than Canelo. But Crawford, my thing is this. Crawford didn't get a lot of the meaningful fights in kind of the prime time. So he's trying to make up for lost ground and get him now. What do I mean? When Crawford was with Top Rank, he wanted the Pacquiao fight. They kind of strung him along, I guess made him believe he was going to get Pacquiao. I want to, it's up to my promoter. You know what I mean? You never got the Pacquiao fight, which could have changed your whole career. You were the only like real good welterweight when all the other top welterweights were primarily, especially the star power ones, primarily with Al Heyman and PBC. You stubbornly re-signed to Top Rank and you were left out the equation. So now Crawford is disappointing because you didn't get the fights when they mattered for real. And then now they're trying to force this Canelo fight, which is stupid. You know what I mean? To me, is dumb. It's Crawford himself said he couldn't move up past 54. Not my words, him. Recently, not that long ago. He said 154 is his max. Now all of a sudden he could fight at 168. But here's the thing. The fight is so stupid, it makes so little sense. Crawford won't even show you what he looked like close to the weight by fighting anyone else. So he got, with his relationship with Turkey, he got a direct pass to go straight to Canelo, and we don't even know how he would look fighting top guys at 54 and fighting at 160 and 168. Look at Manuel Hernandez. Why not acknowledge what Crawford said about Benavidez and say Crawford is avoiding Benavidez, yet Canelo and Crawford are fighting? Bro, the reason I'm not saying that is because it don't make sense. Shut up. Bro, Crawford got the Canelo fight. So why would he say Canelo's ducking Benavidez if it benefits him that Canelo is ducking Benavidez? You dumb son of a... See, y'all try to make me mad when I do these lives because I am the all-knowing being. I am intelligent, and y'all want to sound intelligent, so you say stupid stuff. Okay, so let's run this back. Why would Terrence Crawford complain about Canelo not fighting Benavidez if he benefits by Canelo choosing him by ducking Benavidez? Because let me tell you this. If Canelo chose the right fight, which is Benavidez, bro, he getting knocked out. So there would be no Crawford fight. And if it is, no one would care because we've just seen Benavidez and what he did to Canelo. So what are you talking about? So, of course, Crawford is going to say what he has to do because he benefits from this. See, the thing is, you guys cite sources that have a dog in the race. They have a reason. They have a reason to tell you what they're telling you. Me, I've covered Crawford's whole career. I covered Canelo's whole career. I don't have a reason to side with this or that. I'm just telling you what it is. Now let's get to the super chat. Come on, Oz, let's go. Teddy Atlas destroyed Canelo and the Chupapi Muñeños. I didn't hear it. I got to peep that. You guys, you want me to be wrong, but it's not happening. That's like Jeffrey Dahmer said eating people is okay and it's tasty. I'm not listening to what Jeffrey Dahmer, that's his deal. He liked to eat people. So, of course, he's going to be an advocate for cannibalism. Well, how don't you guys understand this? So, I'm saying to eat a person, to be a real eater, and literally eat a person is disgusting. And then Manuel over here is like, no, it's not disgusting. Jeff Dahmer said it tastes delicious. I don't care what Jeffrey Dahmer said, bro. He eats people. Why would I care about a people eater? And of course he's going to advocate for some weirdo that he do. but Hannibal Lecter told me. But Jeffrey Dahmer said. Bro, I don't care about what no cannibal said. Of course they going to advocate for it. It's better than chicken. I ain't eating Larry and Tony and them. Leave that to Jeff Dahmer. Y'all, you know what I mean? I'm going to eat a dude named Spike. Pause. But Jeffrey Dahmer told me. Judah Warrior, get these dudes out of here, bro. Get them ego. So, yeah, of course, Crawford benefits by Canelo ducking Benavidez and picking him instead. So I don't care what he said. Who the hell is this Malachi dude? Bro, if you want the hot seat, all you got to do is say yes. Ego preparing the fans to discredit Canelo if he wins. I will send you a link. You are a buster. You are a mark. Turn your camera on. I'll send you a link right now, and you tell me what you disagree with. Malachi, do you accept? We got a hot seat. No. We got a hot seat. I'm going to give him the opportunity. Malachi Walker, do you accept a hot seat? Yes or no? Turn your camera on and hop on my live. I'll send you a link personally. Do you accept? And if you do accept, I'm going to ask for your email address right after and we'll get it rocking. But I know you won't accept because you're a mark and you're scared and you know you're going to get toe up from the flow up. So that's how that works. Bro, I am the incomparable. You can't match wits with me, bro. Do you accept? Where is it? You got a lot to say in the comment section. Pop on for these good people so they could get a show. Watch him. He's scared, bro. You scared of the real man. I'm the ultimate. There's nobody that can match. I studied them all. Bro, I studied all the great Napoleon and Attila Hunt. I studied them all. Bro, I studied them all. The Art of War, Sun Tzu, 48 Laws of Power. They can't with me. I promise you. And if they think they can, turn your camera on and let's get it rocking. Pause. So moving on, he don't want no smoke. That's why you're not responding. The next time you leave a comment, you better shut up for life because I gave you an opportunity. So Malachi, if you leave one more comment, I'm gonna block you because you ducked the hot seat. Moving on. We not playing no games with him. Crawford Canelo is a bogus fight, and it just got more bogus. So today's news, Ring reported that they changing the date and possibly the location. Get this fight out of boxing, bro. I told you it was going to be some dumb shenanigans and a circus with this. Bro, this fight, at least on paper, I don't like the fight, but on paper, it's kind of an open court layup. You know, on a basketball game when it's a fast break, the other team and everybody else, most of the players on the other side of the court, you have a fast break, they pass it to you. It's an open shot layup. You could Tony Parker finger roll, boom. You done got the layout. You done got the layup. It's an easy alley-oop, like on paper. You got two guys with a name that can fight, Canelo and Crawford, and they already off to a rocky start, bro. They are off to a rocky start already. Oh, the fight September 12th on a Friday. Oh, no, wait. It's September 13th. Oh, we're doing it in Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play in Vegas. Then Ring is posting, hey, it might not be in Vegas. It could be in New York or LA. Bro, we do not have time for these games. You got fans who rely on this information to be current and good so they can plan their trips if they plan on going. Bro, this is corny. All this stuff is corny, dog. And I'm the only one keeping it real. Turkey probably trying to put it in Saudi, like you said, ego. He think he's slick. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, I thought this was handled. Friday, September, whatever, 12th, Mexican Independence Day weekend at the Allegiant Stadium. Kenya beat and lost her mind. She said move it to Omaha. I wish they would. I wish Turkey moved it to Omaha. Yeah, put it in them cornfields. Children of the corn. That's what they could call it, bro. Yeah, put it out there. Yeah, I want that. I'm with that. Is this the illest ninja from Nebraska? Yeah, put it out there, bro. The whole thing is stupid. Get this fight out of here. How you tell us a week ago it's on a Friday, then a week later you're saying it's on Saturday. But get this. But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. Lance Pugmire, after all this stuff came out, boxing reporter Lance Pugmire has an article on Boxing Scene, and it kind of contradicts what Mike Coppinger said on Ring. So Mike Coppinger works for Ring. Boxing Scene doesn't work for Ring, but their sources say that it's going to stay on the Friday, but this was Turkey putting out bad information for some misdirection tactic. Bro, get this stuff out of here, bro. Why are you playing? Is it on a Friday or is it on a Saturday? Why are you playing games? Please let me know. All right, come on. I'm gonna check that. So if you remember when Canelo, it was like he's in negotiations. The fight with Bud is done, and then Ring put out, "Oh no, it's not done. The fight is canceled. Negotiations are off." And then people were like, "Huh?" And then like hours later, they're like, "Oh, Canelo is back on with Crawford, and he signed a 4-fight deal to Turkey." All these games, bro. This make no matter what, if it is misdirection, this makes you look even worse because it's one thing to be disorganized, but it's another thing to be putting out lies on behalf of your own company and your own brand for some alleged misdirection. What, like, how do you benefit? Like, imagine if Lowe's or Home Depot put out an ad in the paper, "Come to Lowe's, we got paint for 2 cents." And then you get down to Lowe's and they're like, "April Fools, paint really is regular price." That's misdirection, false advertising. So no matter what it is, whether the date actually changes now and the location actually changes or they keep it same, you look dumb. No matter which one it is. Because if you keep the date the same, then why did you use your company, Ring, to put out this misdirection with a bunch of time wasting information? Oh, hey, fans, vote. What city should this fight be in? New York, LA, or Vegas? And then you got fans putting in their bid, maybe hoping, hey, I'm a New Yorker, maybe the fight can come here. And then you were just doing it to F with people. So I don't know what Turkey and Ring got going on, but it stank. It stank. it really stank because this is not how boxing should run, period. Boxing should not be this circusy. Boxing at its best. Like, imagine PBC did this. Y'all hate the black man. Y'all hate black ass Al Heyman. So imagine if he was doing this game. Y'all call Al Heyman the cancer of boxing. He ain't even do an interview. So imagine if PBC was like, "Oh, Pacquiao fighting Barrios. Adios. Just kidding. Ain't no Barrio." Like, what are you doing, bro? Imagine if PBC was using their channels and social media handles to possibly put out fake news with the intention of like seeing who will bite or whatever. So I hope it's not this misdirection that boxing scene is talking about. But even if it is misdirection, idiotic move. Because boxing fans, you gonna just make them mad. You playing with people's money. People have to plan. They got kids, they got school and work. They got to take the time off from their job. Now, Turkey, he got money, so maybe he don't know how this feels to have a 9 to 5 or whatever, but you can't be playing with people time like that. You know what I mean? Cuz I know boxing fans, when they're so about it, when they hear a big fight in a region that they're willing to travel like Vegas, they'll start booking everything. They'll start booking everything, hotels, airfare, trying to get the best deal before things become pricey. So if Ring is really putting out fake news to have misdirection, that's pretty sad and pitiful for the sport. You know what I mean? And it makes you look bad if you're like, is this, is that, is this, is that. Hot and cold stuff. Nobody cares. People gonna be like, all right, bet I'm gonna stream it now because you playing with me. So that misdirection, that ain't it. But even if the date really changes, like Ring is reporting, it's still stupid. Dana White got a UFC card on Saturday. So how you finna put it on Saturday? But you said Dana White was the one in charge of this fight. You see how dumb this stuff is? So you took a fight that I never even liked. See, and that's where Turkey's playing a very dangerous game. Turkey's playing a very dangerous game in the sense that this fight ain't as big as y'all think it is. And if you keep playing around with fans' emotion, you're going to see that, because the bigger the fight, the bigger the event, the more people will endure. But if you keep playing games hot and cold, and the fight's on, the fight's off, it's on a Friday, it's on a Saturday, it's on a Friday, and you keep playing around with people like that, people are gonna just be like, all right, bet. I'll catch it on stream or I won't watch it. So it's not like, for example, Mayweather Pacquiao. Mayweather Pacquiao as a fight was so desired by the public, we were willing to wait 5 or 6 years to get a conclusion. Pacquiao is an anomaly. Floyd Mayweather is an anomaly. They sold millions of pay-per-view buys individually. So, yeah, for that fight, people were willing to do the back and forth. But no fight since has been that big where people just don't get over it. Like Anthony Joshua versus Wilder, or Anthony Joshua versus Fury. Yeah, sure, in his prime, people wanted to see it. I know people want to see it, but we're not finna wait no 5 or 6 years holding on hope. And then now Wilder done lost, AJ done lost, Fury done lost. So now you done ruined it. They can fight, but it ain't never gonna hit as when Wilder was undefeated, knocking fools out, and Joshua was undefeated, knocking fools out. So this is just bad, bro. Just the way this is being handled like a circus. And I don't know what to believe in terms of the date, but if it is on Saturday, why would you compete with Dana White got a UFC card, UFC 320? My man Caesar said, "Yo, Pac-Man need to drop it. Barrio's gonna put hands on Buddy, but the rest of the card is fire. That is a good card." Ego, how did Dana get involved anyway? Because TKO owns WWE and they bought out UFC or whatever. So TKO boxing or whatever did a deal with the Saudis, and now Dana is the front man that they want. He started off strong bringing in the super fights. No, he didn't. I don't know why y'all keep saying that. What super fight? Name one fight that you were like, I must see this before I die, that Turkey done brought in. There are some cool fights like Usyk Fury, Better Be of Beevil, but majority of them, bro. Okay, Fury Usyk, right? Just answer this. Was Fury Usyk ever bigger than AJ, a prime AJ and a prime Wilder fighting? Y'all giving too much credit, and y'all know it's cap. You don't know it's cap. Y'all be capping, bro. Listen, the demand people had for undefeated Wilder versus undefeated AJ. You're telling me that people wanted Fury Usyk that bad? That's a super fight. Undefeated Wilder with the WBC, and Joshua had all the other belts. You mean to tell me people were asking for Fury Usyk the same way we were asking for Wilder AJ, or even Tyson Fury AJ? Bro, Tyson Fury AJ at a point would have been way bigger than Usyk versus AJ. All y'all do is lie and try to insult my intelligence. So Usyk Fury was cool because everybody, it was undisputed. And it turned out to be a cool fight. The first one, the second one, but the first one was a good fight. But this wasn't no fight that people have been demanding. Again, I just named two heavyweight fights that people truly wanted to see. Wilder and AJ and Fury. And both of those fights, if they would have happened when they were supposed to happen, would have been way more massive than Fury Usyk 1 and 2. So stop playing with me, bro. Try again. Canelo Crawford, same thing. Some people might like it. I don't. But you can't tell me Canelo Crawford would be a bigger fight than Canelo versus Benavidez when they both was at 168. Come on, bro. So you guys saying he gave us the super fights and the best fight? No, he did. He ain't give me because none of these fights was on my Christmas list. None. People want to see Gervonta Davis and whoever, Shakur. He ain't gave us that. You're getting Shakur and Zapata. People want to see Devin versus Ryan immediately. You gave us interim fights, and then they both look whack. They both didn't. They didn't hype up the rematch. Devin Haney was fighting like the running man, and then Ryan looked dumb too. He got dropped by Rolly with that nyeh nyeh. Rolly with that nyeh. I'm the realest in boxing history. Bro, that man Ryan let Rolly double hook him with that nyeh nyeh. Bro, Rolly said nyeh nyeh nyeh. You let him hit you with that autism punch or whatever that was, and it got dropped, and then didn't do nothing for the remainder of the fight because you knew Rolly could sit you down. Judah Warrior. Y'all be lying. Bud Crawford didn't even look good. Thank you. Oh, finally, we got boxing fans in here. Crawford didn't look good versus Madrimov. I felt it was a draw. And Canelo looked slow and old. This ain't a mega fight. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like a true, even Manny Pacquiao, when he fought Floyd, yes, he got knocked out by Marquez. But then he didn't fight Floyd directly off the knockout. He had came back. I came back around. He had been on a win streak. He had beaten Brandon Rios and the Chris Algiers. Don't play with me. Y'all don't know boxing. Y'all know I'm your guy. So Pacquiao is a legend for one, but he wasn't fresh off the Marquez. He had a win streak. He had bounced back, and then him and Mayweather ended up fighting. So the timing was better. But look at these turkey fights. Look at these turkey fights and bow down to something greater than yourself. Look at these turkey fights. Hold on. You're lucky Kamal sent $10. Y'all are lucky because I'm really about to cook y'all. But Kamal saved y'all, and now he about to cook y'all. This may not be popular prediction. Jake Paul and Chavez Jr. will generate more revenue than Canelo and Z-Side Bud. Turkey is overpaying both massively, and it's an artificially contrived fight that will lose money. Now, I don't know about it'll generate more money, but I will say this. Jake Paul, Chavez Jr., like every other fight, will make more financial sense, meaning the amount they have to output for a business and the revenue they get back, that bottom line will generate and make more sense than Canelo and Z-Side Bud. So if I'm wrong, y'all gonna prove me wrong. Like Jay-Z said, y'all stop me when I stop telling the truth. Okay. Devin looked like some trash versus a zombified Jose Ramirez. Is that cap or fact? Y'all gonna play the truth game with me. Devin did not look spectacular versus a zombie version, Walking Dead version of Jose Ramirez. Cap or fact? Okay. So right now I'm 1-0. Ryan Garcia looked like two butt cheeks clapping versus Rolly Romero. Is that cap or fact? I'm going to say it again. Ryan Garcia also looked like two butt cheeks clapping. 2 packs of ass versus Rolly. Okay, more facts. I'm 2-0. I'm still undefeated. Okay, so Devin didn't look good for his own reason. Ryan didn't look good. Now Turkey's going to give us the rematch according to Bill Haney. Somebody said Lizzo cheeks. Facts. Now, according to Bill Haney, they're still doing the rematch. So what's it worth? Okay, you put them in interim fights. They both look bad for different reasons. And now, we get the rematch. You should have just went straight into the rematch, which is what I said. Now let's look at the super mega fight between Canelo and Crawford. Crawford, for the first time in many years, didn't stop an opponent. Israel Madrimov. For the first time in many years, his power looked like manageable at 154. For the first time in many years, people thought he might have even lost the fight to Madrimov. Is that cap or fact? So Crawford's knockout streak ended. Crawford, to his standard of pound for pound, underperformed to the point where some people thought Madrimov even won. And honorable mention, Virgil Ortiz then fought the same guy that Crawford just beat, and he beat him even more convincingly because of his style. Oh! So Virgil Ortiz made, because of his style, Virgil Ortiz made Madrimov like hesitate. That's why Madrimov, you ain't heard about him since. And he was making excuses after the Virgil fight, talking about he was sick. Well, you should have took your ass to CVS or something, because Virgil was dogging you. So we got a Crawford who just got shown up by Virgil Ortiz. This is why the money keep coming in. Listen, I'm forever going to get paid, and y'all can't do nothing about it. Every time I go live, every time I drop the science, the fans respond, and they respond oh so well. I got to be the best in the business. Nothing I said is a lie. There's a lot of people that copy the channel. They copy the steez. They try to copy the wave. They can never be me. They can never do what I do. You got to have knowledge. Bro, shout out to Barbara D, man. Barbara D sent $5. Askiar Hussein, my boy. I don't know. He been rocking for years. Yo, just here to say, Ego Army stand up. Ego is the realest in the game covering boxing. Argue with your mammy. Bro, argue with your mama. I'm him. I try to tell y'all. Everything I ain't say one lie. These other dudes be clickbaiting and lying. And, bro, you have content creators that said Canelo Crawford sold out and all this type of stuff. How it sold out, tickets ain't even on sale. God dang. What are y'all talking about? Bro, they're saying you have content creators who said Canelo Crawford sold out, tickets ain't even on sale. How the it sell out? That's like seeing a virgin with kids. It don't even make sense. In the words of Eminem, because saying you did like seeing the damn virgin with kids. Bro, saying you did is like seeing the damn virgin with kids. It don't make sense. How this sold out, it ain't even got tickets on sale. You got some brokers who are banking on securing tickets, and they put up some stupid, the tickets ain't on sale. They talking about changing the date, how you sell tickets, change the date. Oh my God, bro. Y'all can't with me, bro. I told y'all can't fuck with me. Huh? People saying the tickets went out and it's a mega fight. Bro, it ain't mega. The tickets ain't on sale. Anywho, so Crawford, he coming off a performance where he looked human. And he got upstaged by Virgil Ortiz. I'm 3-0. Now let me go 4-0. Canelo looked like some dog versus William Skull. Bro, Canelo got the most trifling fans. These dudes are like wind-up toys. Canelo can say anything. Listen, Canelo can say anything to his fans. Like Canelo can on a plate and say it's tiramisu, and his fans will eat it. That's how grimy they are, bro. Bro, listen. The chupapi muñeños, Canelo can caca on a plate. They trifling. He can on a plate and say, oh, it's tiramisu, eat up. I was born ready. And then well, Canelo said it. It's a little bit punchy. Bro, you're eating a turd nuggets, and got the nerve to These people, bro. Tyler Wim. Oh my gosh. Shout out to my boy Tyler. You one of the only few people keeping it real. I don't know what Turkey's doing. Like Stack said in Sinners, no vision. Bro, that's what, yeah, no vision. I'm on my Stack. See? No vision. Bro, I'm the new smoking Stack. The true sinner. They like, Ego, keep it real. Love you too. I will. Bro, I will. I'm the new Stack and the new smoke. Y'all getting all that smoke. Y'all getting that Ryan Coogler. Y'all getting that Bay Area Ryan Coogler. Yeah, it's like me and Michael B. Jordan was like, bro, Ryan Coogler really from the Bay, bro. He got the Bay Area accent. Y'all don't know about that Bay Area accent, bro. He really from here. The way he talk, bro, like bro, he really talk like he be in the go see my new movie Sinners film. It's like Michael B. Bro, he really is. Shout out to Coogler, bro. He really one of them ones. He's like, you really gotta go on the IMAX. See that on the IMAX. You really gotta see that on the IMAX though. I shot this in a like 78 millimeter though. Yeah, black excellence. Ryan Coogler is awesome. I told you the Bay Area produced the realest cats oftentimes. Askar Hussein said they been deriding Turk like that. Bro, all they do is cap. Canelo looked horrible. Horrible, my friend. Horrible. He looked bad versus William Scope. This is how dumb the Canelo fans are. Canelo, what he said post-fight was shocking. They interviewed him. They're like, Canelo, you look like, what happened? And Canelo grabbed the mic. He said, yeah, guys, I hate fighting. That's why I hate fighting runners. These guys, they run. Bro, how do you hate fighting runners and you picked him? This makes absolute, these guys, that's why I don't like these guys. They run. Bro, if you don't like road runners and all this other goofy you should have fought Benavidez. He don't run. Make Benavidez run. I want to see, I'll pay to see that. Bro, Canelo is trash, bro. Low key. You complain about runners, and then you got a nick like David Benavidez who's ready to chunk him with you and stand his ground. I think he live in Florida. They got the stand your ground law. He in Miami. And Benavidez can't wait to hit you with that machine gun funk, and you complaining about runners. You didn't have to fight him. We wanted to see you fight Benavidez. Then got the nerve to tell little old Crawford not to run. Bro, get Canelo out of here, bro. You said, yeah, Terrence Crawford, don't run. Nah, don't run from me. Bro, what does he got to do? Like, you in a bigger weight class. You know, you can't tell Bud how to fight. Bro, so Canelo and Crawford is not even, the timing ain't even good. Canelo did not look good. This is what Canelo looked like versus William Skull. Hold on, I'm going to show y'all. I got to get in the character. Hold up. Me. I was born right, baby. Baby, you want. Me. This is Canelo versus William Skull. This is my rendition of it. Pay attention, people. Because I really want to hit this, but I might only be able to do this once. Figaro. All right, hold on. This is Canelo versus William Skull. I might be on it. I only could do this once. Hold on. Canelo versus William Skull, take one. This is how he looked, you. Y'all see that? That's how he looked. Like Mike Jack in Thriller. He looked terrible, bro. When Mike was stalking them in the street and they was coming out the sewer and stuff, and Mike... That's how he looked. He looked like a fucking zombie. Get him the... Get him the out. Oh my. Bro, that he was following this man around. Oh. Bro, he was following him around with his mouth open. I hate runners. Shut the up. You picked him. Fight Benavidez. Bro, get him out of my sport, dog. He looked horrible. And then he wanted his fans to have mercy. I try to tell y'all. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Skinhead, dead, and everybody gone mad. I like it. Bro, we're not showing you mercy. You look trash. William Scope, he actually didn't even look that bad. He just needed more offense. He was popping you a little bit. He was kind of popping. Bro, you fought an unknown Cuban that looked like Omarion. And he was kind of popping you. He hit that Omarion. Boom, boom, boom. Touch, boom, boom. Something like you. Wanna fight you. Boom, boom, boom. Bro, he hit you with that B2K. He was really stepping. That man said, it's not my way to talk to strangers, but I feel like I already know you. But you got to believe me, I want to manage you. I can tell that you've been through some changes in your past relationship. Go on and walk through that. Bro, he hit you with that Omarion. You didn't know what to do. Whatever's on you, let it know. We can. Bro, he hit you with that bump, bump, bump. Do, 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 do. Bro, remember with Diddy before he was locked up? Girl, I just want to bump, bump, bump. Boop, boo, do, 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 do. Boop, do, 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 do. Bro, he hit you with that R&B with the footwork. He hit you with that. And Canelo had no answers. Bro, how do you have 70 fights and you have no answers for some R&B steps? That Ray J in the Rain. I gave you my heart. I gave you my soul. I gave you. As a matter of fact, there was the one who said I loved you first. It was about 8 years ago. Don't act like you don't know. Sitting at home and your mama living. Bro, I gave you my heart. I gave you my soul. Bro, you couldn't deal with Ray J and the Ray. As a matter of fact, there was the one who said I loved you. Bro, you couldn't deal with that. You look so stupid. You couldn't deal with that. It's on and poppin', DJ rockin', chickens is watching. Wait a minute, boom, boom, boom. Girls in the club, Canelo, no love. Bottles, VIP. Bro, you couldn't deal with that. Wait a minute, do. Bro. Bro, remember when Neptune, hey, hold on. When Neptune's had the Asian, the beats was, hold on, the beats was out of this world, bro. Remember on that Ray J, boom, do. They had them little noises. Bro, Canelo couldn't do nothing with him. Canelo don't want none of them Benavides. Bro, y'all, please stop. Yeah, Neptune's had a real run, bro. Bro, Canelo been complaining about them R&B steps, the footwork for hella long. He can't deal with that Chris Brown footwork. Bro, William Skull was out there. Tell me who's getting all these rounds, beating this redhead down. I said, who? Bro, you was getting them residuals. If Skull threw like some more combinations, you would have lost for sure. Like you would literally would have lost. But Skull can't get no love because they was already planning the Crawford fight. So Skull was like, tell me who's getting all these rounds. Girl, I'm taking you down. Residual. Bro, they just didn't give him the round, but he didn't do half bad. He didn't even really do bad like that. The commentators are hating because they knew Canelo looked stupid. And then they got the nerve to do a face-off with Crawford. Bro, these people are weird. Canelo looked like pure dog and they did a face-off to promote the next fight off of that. That's like you being a 1 minute man in bed with your girl and she's super disappointed. You're like, right? 1 minute. And then you get on bended knee and propose. Bro, do not be a 1 minute man and then immediately propose to your girl. You see how the transition don't really work? That's just stupid. Like, there ain't no female after you just did that. Took like 1 minute. Break me off. Show me what you got. I can't. No 1 minute, man. Ooh. Bro, it's time to set your clock back about as long as you came. Ludicrous. Balance and rotate. All tired. Like, you can't propose to a girl after that, bro. Break me off. Show me what you got. Cause I don't want no 1 minute, man. Ooh. You gotta let some time pass. You sound stupid. You look stupid. Like, you can't do anything dumb and then propose right after. They gonna do the face off. Oh yeah, let's pose the fighters. Bro, you need to imprison Canelo. That was horrible. Why are you doing the face off? They should have just said, we ain't gonna do the face off today. Let's let a couple days pass so we get that nasty Skull Canelo taste out of mouth, and we'll just have y'all face off in New York or something. They did an immediate face off. And then Bud is a real boxer. That man went to both Turkey Club. I said Turkey Club. That's a sandwich. He went to both Turkey fights and he was on his phone. Bro, imagine taking a 20-hour flight to go watch Canelo Skull. Bruh. Crawford was like, damn, this boy messing up the bag. Bro, imagine flying 20 hours to go see that card, bro. I'll be so hot. I'll be mad if I drove 2 hours to see that. I would really be mad. So imagine a 20-hour flight. And you was just up all night at the New York stuff. Horrible, horrible planning. Turkey, it's like Turkey's starting to overstay his welcome a little bit. Like, you doing too much. Like, you should have put 3 back-to-back fight weekends, but you crammed it all into Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the most expensive fights were your worst fights. The best fight on that weekend was NOA. And the only one you had to, like, chip out was probably NOA. And he put up him and his dude, Cardenas. They gave you the best fight. Bro. Boxing will remind you and put you in your place. You have all these, oh, let's fight in the middle of the street, right? Times Square, put all these names on it, all this like little promotion and stuff. Try to make it a big spectacle, right? Canelo, you probably paying him $80, $100 million, whatever, to fight Skull. You had to cash out Skull couple mil. F.A. Ajagba, all this stuff. All these cards you dumping all this money in, and your best card that your name was attached to was Top Ranks card with in a way, and they ain't do none of that. You see how that worked? They didn't. Top Rank had a standard Top Rank show in Vegas, and it was better fights. All the fights was better. See how that worked? Cardenas, he made new fans. I want to see him again. People don't want to see Devin Haney again and Ryan again. I don't know, maybe Barbosa again. You know what I mean? Like, and then the person, Rolly is the only one, the PBC fighter from that Fatal Fury that had a good performance and didn't immediately F it up. Because Teofimo, he looked solid. But then he started talking about niggers and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Doing the N-words and stuff. You just killed it. Bro, all that sweat equity, T.O. just ruined it with this nigga talk or whatever, doing all these weird stuff he doing. I said little liquor. And you playing games trying to say liquor and, you know, phonetic ways to make it sound like the N-word. Man, bro, get him out of here. So Rolly's the only one that took it and actually did interviews that help his brand and stuff. T.O., he had a good performance, and then he started begging for attention, talking about N-words and stuff. Like, so yeah, this is really not working, bro. It's not like this is not epic. Like, you have not come to America and done one epic event. And then when I told you in that video I did about Dana White talking about he don't like stadium fights. So clearly there's some disagreement. Like Canelo and Crawford is probably like the easiest fight to promote. You got a nigga and a Mexican in America. You hear me? I'm going to say it again. It's probably if I was a promoter, that would be one of the easiest fights to promote. You got a nigga and a Mexican. Black and brown, which historically has always produced amazing fighters, black and brown fighters. Both guys have a name. Both guys are respected. And you finding ways to like make it worse or like make it more overcomplicated. It's like crazy. Oh, it's on Friday. I mean, Saturday. I mean, it really ain't on Saturday, but I'm going to tell the world it's on Saturday. It's really still on Friday. It's at the Allegiant Stadium. Oh, no, it's not. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is too much, bro. You got too much chip on your dip or dip on your chip. Then you talking about Berlanga. It's like literally Turkey, every single move, like he'll have something where you're like, all right, you can work with that. You can make something out of that. And then he'll find a way to like incorporate some. Like, what if I made some spaghetti, right? In the spaghetti, the marinara, the sauce looking good, smelling good. The noodles are perfectly cooked, el dente, right? And I just put on top of it and mixed it in clumps of peanut butter and raisins. You get me? Like, the spaghetti was good. It was looking good. He's just like, I need a little pepper, a little Parmesan cheese. I'm good. But then, no, you just had to keep it going and you put scoops of peanut butter and raisins in it. You're like, what was that? I do not want no peanut butter in no spaghetti. Heck no. Because you have Shakur fighting Zepeda. I'm not mad at that fight. Hamza Shiraz and Berlanga, really not mad at that fight. That's cool. But then people are saying Shakur should be the main event. You put him on the undercard. Huh? Like, no one even knows who Hamza Shiraz is in America, bro. Then they're talking about you putting in Louis Armstrong or Arthur Ashe tennis courts or something. Huh? What do we do? Like, why? Berlonga's from Brooklyn. Why would you put it in Queens? That's what I'm saying. These people do not know the law of the land. Like, New York has 5 boroughs, like distinct boroughs. Why would you put a Brooklynite in Queens when you could just put it in Brooklyn and it'll make more sense? You're trying to turn everything into a stadium field. It's not the same, bruh. Not everything is a stadium fight like that. Because one of them have a retractable roof. Bro, boxing don't need all that. Just put it in the Barclays. You good. Put it in MSG, Hulu Theater. You good. But it's like Turkey is like, I feel like a lot of Turkey stuff is vanity projects because he want people to say his name or like he did this. But you're coming in screwing with things and it's not enhancing boxing. It's not making the product better. So I'm old school. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Boxing has been around for centuries, right? You don't have to overcomplicate it. We don't really need much. We don't need, like, to be honest, you could really do some Fight Club type of stuff. And if you had the right type of fights, you could get that going. You don't like Lionheart or Van Damme and fighting in the underground garage. You really could do it like that if the fights is good and the people like it. You know what I mean? You don't really have to do too much. So I feel like this Canelo Crawford, they already doing too much. It's on Friday, it's on Saturday. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then they talking about the press. My man said, "Bring boxing back to America." Facts. They talk about the press conference finna be in Saudi Arabia. Huh? Why? Oh my God. Shout out to De La Hoya. Hey, if you're cooking, you're cooking. Bro, let me tell y'all like this. I'm really the best in the business and it's not even close. Notice what I say, the industry professionals start saying the same things. Like clockwork. De La Hoya just put this out. It says, so hear me out. Crawford will be 38. I just said that. I've been saying that. Canelo is 35. Crawford hasn't fought in a year and got exposed by Madrimov, in my opinion. We just talked about that. Canelo has been getting exposed for the past few years. Can anyone please explain to me how this is the biggest fight in boxing? I got to be the greatest. I told you. Shout out to De La Hoya. I do believe he said almost verbatim what I've been saying. And then when I say, y'all be like, oh, ego, you're hating ego. Boxing ego, a hater. Okay, De La Hoya is saying the same thing. These are valid questions. Bud ain't fought in a year. By the time the fight rolls around, he fought in August. Then, when he does fight, he's fighting in a brand new division. Ego, what you think was Canelo's last great performance? That performance when he popped Dirty? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's his last great performance. When he popped Dirty and act like he didn't know what happened. Yeah, that's his best performance. That's his last when Canelo had that butyrol when he was on the Clean and he did the press conference. I don't know what happened. I ate the meat. The meat. Bro, that was his last great performance. When Canelo ate the meat and tried to find a reason why the clenbuterol was in his system when they sell clenbuterol in Mexico at the pharmacy. You don't need no prescription. So that I would say that's Canelo's last great performance. When he performed and act like he didn't know how that clean was all up in him. I ate one carne asada steak taco and next thing I know, like bro, when you ate the meat, that was your last performance. When Canelo ate that meat. That Mita. That's his last great performance. Next question. Canelo said he had expired Arby's. Facts. Bro, I ate one beef and cheddar and the carne asada fry. Like, bro, we ain't trying to hear that, bro. You ate the meat. Oh, I'm on a roll. That was his last great performance. He ate that meat. And he said, this show him good. Bro, and then this is what made it suspect. You was about to fight Triple G. We know at that point Triple G was like, he arguably beat you the first fight. So conveniently, right before the rematch, you a little juicy. Come on, bro. So at that point, Triple G arguably beat Canelo, and before the rematch, then you pop Dirty. Like, why you ain't pop Dirty on one of the fights that we know you don't need no help to beat the person? Like Yildirim or something. You pop Dirty right before a real fight, because Golovkin at that point, no, guys. Yeah, that was when Golovkin was, big drama, guys, and Max. That was when Golovkin was on that. Yeah, big drama, guys, tick, nah. Yeah. That's when Golovkin was like laying down. Hell no, Max Kellerman, guys, the Canelo, Yeah. That's when you pop Dirty, bro. You didn't want to get hit with that. Hell no, Max. Bro, Canelo was about to get hit in that rematch with that. Hey, guys, no, Max. Bro, my boy Golovkin was finna, because he got a great jab. Golovkin got a great jab. Golovkin was finna hit him with that. Hell no, Max, guys. Maxipad, guys. You was about to get hit with that Kazakhstan, that thunder. You was about to get hit with that. Yeah, because I'm whatever. I said back with this bag, zigzags, and this bag is this week. Bro, you about to get hit with that. And you knew you had to get a little boosty. A little boosty. Stop playing with ego, man. Jameson sent $10 in the Cash App. It says $10 for the facts and the comedy. You a goat, bro. Shout out to my man Jameson. The Cash App been kind of dry. Y'all been sending super chats. Whatever. Devin beefing with another black boxer, Jamal Charlo. Yeah, but then him and Bill try to act pro-black. Okay. But you didn't go to Al Heyman, the black man. As a free agent, you never worked with a black advisor that could have had you popping. Okay. Hey, I ain't gonna hold y'all. The funniest Devin Haney, the funniest Devin Haney slander that I done seen recently was online. Y'all, hold on. Y'all want the Devin Haney slander? I didn't create this. Don't blame me. If y'all want the Devin Haney slander, type Devin. Don't try to blame me for it. I didn't create it. Type the word Devin if you want the Devin Haney slander. If enough people do it, then I guess I gotta deliver. Oh, y'all want that slander? Okay, so Devin posted this. He's showing off his new like grill. You see that? Right? So Devin, he got a new grill and he was showing it off. Doing that, showing it off. Why in the comments did one of y'all leave me a comment that was so out of pocket? Bro, so you seen him. Y'all seen that. He was smiling with the grill. Somebody left me a comment on my video where I was just showing his grill because he was showing the grill. They say, why Devin look like radio? Oh! Oh! Bro, I almost fell out. Radio with Cuba Good, bro. Bro. I'm out of here, dog. Bro. I don't know who sent that, but y'all violating, bro. They say, remember Cuba Gooding had the radio? And he was trying to tune that radio. Bro, I swear I almost fell out of my chair when I read that. The Devin slander is undefeated, bro. They say why he looked like radio is crazy. Crazy work, bro. And then, bro, this is nasty work, bro. Bro. But let me stop before the Haniacs get mad at me. Oh, why'd you show that? You ain't say nothing to the racist cheater. Bro, Ryan ain't post that picture with that grill. What you talking about? I didn't leave the comment anyway. Oh, but Ryan, talk about the Osterine. I ain't talking about, bro. He looked trash. Devin looked trash. They both didn't help the rematch. What y'all talking about? Bro, y'all got to admit I'm real. This man said Cuba Devin Jr. is crazy. Jamal Charlo. Blade. Jamal. Devin didn't look good. Like, see, like this is where you really have to question the Haniacs, the Haniac content creators. They're either A, not talking about it and then focusing on Canelo Skull and Ryan, right? Who also didn't look good. But see, here's the difference. Boxingego told you Canelo looked like dog shit. He told you Ryan Garcia looked terrible. And he told you that Devin looked terrible. So me, I got to be the illest. I got to be the best. I talked about it all. They all look bad. The card was bad. Barbosa looks bad. I kept it real. I kept it all the way real. The Haniacs talk bad about everybody but Devin. They said Ryan looked trash, Rolly looked mid, Barbosa, Skull, Canelo, you know what I mean? They're Jose Ramirez, but then they don't have no commentary. The thing that looked bad for Devin, I'm going to explain it. He looked like scary and frantic and like he looked compromised from the Ryan fight. he act like he was fighting Prime Wilder, how he didn't want to engage. In fact, I've seen heavyweights like Artur Spilka, who's smaller than Wilder, fight with more vigor, like they was really trying to win, knowing Prime Wilder has detonating explosive power. Oh my God, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. To this day, bro, Wilder got to this day power, and you had people who would still make the effort. Like Gerald Washington, my boy from Vallejo, 707, say it backwards, man. Right? He was like fighting until he wasn't. Chris Ariel, anybody. Everybody tried to beat Wilder. Luis Ortiz. They all tried to like give it a go, knowing Wilder was that powerful. Devin said, "Where's my pie?" Haney. Hey, bro, this man putting radio quotes in here. Jameson must be stopped. Jameson Childress with the $10 cash app. Absolutely. Bro, if we get to our goals, I got to buy some new gear for the channel. If we hit our goals and exceed our goals, I'm going to go to the fight and I'm going to give y'all some live coverage. I'm going to get back hands-on because the game needs me. Y'all got to make it worth my while, bro. So keep supporting. There's multiple ways to support the channel. Hit the like button, all that. Cash app, whatever, all that. That man said, "Where's my pie?" Bro, Devin did not look good in the Haniacs. They trying to act like it's everybody else's fault. Like, here's the thing. The Haniacs, you notice they shutting up right now. Mention Boots. Remember when Bill said his dream fight for Devin was Boots Ennis? How come none of them are talking about it? Bill, the Haniac content creators, no one's talking about Devin fighting Boots. You know why? Because Boots would break off a boot in Devin's... Bro, it wouldn't even... Come on, just make the fight. Make the fight. I ain't going to say nothing. Make the fight. If you think Devin can beat Jaron Ennis at 47, make the fight. Because you fought at 144 against a waste man like that really looked beyond his years, and you fought him scary. There's no way you can't fight Boots like that because he's too rangy, too fast, too slick, powerful, longer armed. Bro, he said Devin would struggle with Rocha. That's what I'm saying. Like, guys like Santilli and Rocha might be, like, very tough fights. Blair Cobbs. If that was an indication of the newfound Devin Haney, then, yeah, good luck, bro. Because I thought you had the perfect opponent to show that you were good. Like, how do I say this? If ever there was an opponent to come back, see, a lot of you guys fell for it. You're like, oh, Jose Ramirez is gonna do this, and I kept saying in my videos, I was like, I think Ramirez has been washed. Like, he, you know what I mean, he doesn't really look good to me. So I don't know what you guys, but I was reporting Mikey Garcia and other people. They were saying Ramirez got power and he's strong up here. I wasn't seeing that, and I told y'all that. I'm like, so to me, I thought it was the perfect fight for Devin to test the waters, test his strength at 144. And the way he fought was just too negative. You know what I mean? And the Haniacs got to be some of the fakest people in the sport because Devin's ops, they'll, like Shakur, right? When Shakur Stevenson fought Edwin De Los Santos, they were like, oh, Shakur looked bad. But then they're not saying that when Devin has a similar performance where he's hesitant to engage. They talk about Tank took a knee and all that. Tank looked a lot better than Devin, let's be real. An off night Tank where he made a bad decision with the knee or whatever, he still looked bad. He looked, it looked like Tank in spots. Tank still fought, like the whole first half Tank was fighting regular. That knee, I don't know what that was about. But Tank didn't look bad. He still looked sharp. Devin didn't look like killer elite. And like I said, if there was a confidence booster fight, to me, it was a fight like Ramirez. And if you can't get, see what I tell you about Canelo. Look, bro, get Canelo out of here. He just keep posting golfing. Jose Ramirez was off a loss too, a loss. So yeah, that's what the Haniacs won't tell you. They keep talking about Ryan looked bad. He did, but oh Ryan, this is Ryan. And here's another thing. Y'all keep talking about Ryan off Osterine. That's why he looked like that. I get it, just because it's low hanging fruit, and a lot of people don't know about boxing, so they just go for the low hanging fruit. You see what I'm saying? To me, it didn't look like Ryan on or off juice was the issue. The issue was he got clapped up in round two against a guy who bested him in sparring, and he didn't want to come forward and really open up. That's I don't understand how that's not the narrative for everybody. Ryan's fight didn't look like, oh, he lacked Osterine or he was just like massively smaller and all these narratives that people are throwing. It looked like you did I in round one. Before the fight could get going, Rolly sat you down on your pockets and hurt you, and then you didn't really know how to comfortably get off and didn't have the skill to go against a disciplined Rolly who really hadn't made any mistakes. He had the right hand glued, covered to protect from the left hook. This was covered, and you know what I mean? He had already caught you with the double left hook, so he had power in his left hand. He fought a good fight. That's what I seen. I don't think it had, for me, it didn't look like, oh, this is a lack of Osterine. It looked like you got put on your pockets and sat down in the squabble, and then you didn't really want to risk what you needed to risk to turn it around. That's all I seen. People keep bringing up, oh, it's the Osterine. I think if you put Ryan in with a cupcake, he would have looked like regular Ryan. Turkey trying to make these celebrity death matches or whatever, he shouldn't have never put Ryan in with Rolly. Like, how dumb is it? I kept telling y'all that, bro. Did I say that, yes or no? Did I say that this is a mistake to do this Fatal Fury card interim fights? You should have went straight to Devin Haney and Ryan rematch. Did I say that, yes or no? Did I say that it was a big mistake for Turkey to orchestrate interim fights instead of striking while the iron's hot and going straight into Devin Haney rematching Ryan? Canelo Southpaw Blade. Okay, I said it. Stop capping for Ryan races. Bro, these dudes are like parrots. All you do is parrot. Where, like, oh, why are you capping? I'm giving you my opinion. What is the cap? Ryan, it didn't look like no drug test. He got beat to the punch, sat down, and didn't want to commit. I've seen many fights where that happened, where a person get clipped up early and then they don't want to go through that again, and then they end up selling out instead of trying to make it a fight. Ryan had Devin tooting and falling over in the ring is crazy from Kamal Oz. That's all I seen. And then some people are like, oh, it's the Osterine. Ryan is not a defensive guy. That's just what it is. He's leaky at defense. He got sat down by Tank in the second round. He got sat down by Luke Campbell in the second round, both by left hands. So it shows me that's a pattern. And guess what? In them all three of those fights, he didn't fail a drug test. So it's not really, to me, it's not really an Osterine issue. You know what I mean? It's not really an Osterine issue. He keep getting hit. Okay, tell me where I lied. Ryan versus Luke Campbell got dropped in the second round and hurt by a left hand. Ryan started getting aggressive with Tank and got dropped in the second round by Tank's left hand counter. Ryan fights Rolly at a brand new weight class off of a year layoff. He gets dropped in the very same round, round 2, by guess what? You guessed it, a left hand, a double left. Well, it was one left hook, rocked him up, and then Rolly followed up with it. So to me, it's not really a matter of, oh, he's on Osterine or not, right? It's a matter of you are susceptible, especially early in fights, to the left hand, and you have a leaky defense. Like, literally, he didn't fail a drug test in any of those fights, and he keep getting sat down by the left hand in the second round. That's a pattern. See, the Haniacs are so pathetic that they're trying to equate this to an Osterine issue because they think it uplifts Devin. Like, see, this is what Devin was talking about. But it doesn't. Styles make fights. It was a mistake to fight at a brand new weight class against a puncher who had bested you years ago in sparring, who had nothing to lose, because Rolly's already lost to Tank. He already lost to Pitbull, arguably lost to Barroso. It's the dumbest recipe in boxing. To get a muff that has nothing to lose, has a lot of power, is awkward, and fight at a new weight class off of a long layoff. I mean, if that's, Osterine. People are using Osterine as like a fix-all. To me, it was just a dumb fight. Like, okay, for example, if you put Jamal Charlo, he been on a layoff too. If you put him in with a big puncher in a brand at 168 or what? Yeah, he at 168 now. Yeah. So let's say a guy like David Morrell or something, or Edgar Berlanga. Jamal in a new weight class versus Berlanga, who's been more active, and then Jamal coming off a long layoff, moving up in weight, fighting an awkward puncher. It's a recipe for disaster. It don't matter. People keep focusing on Ryan and Osterine and stuff. It don't matter who it is. You put Errol Spence on a long layoff with Crawford, and Crawford got a recent fight in December. Errol don't have no fights. You know what I mean? The long layoff is a killer. But then when you couple the long layoff with a brand new weight class, I'm from East Baltimore. Tank got us looking crazy doing business with De La Hoya racist too. What are you talking about? Tank did business with De La Hoya. What are you talking about? What business? What? Come on, he just talking. Tank doing business with PBC. Are you drunk, bro? You said De La Hoya. I can't tell you a boxer who successfully came off a layoff into a new weight class against a top ranked fighter, steamrolled them. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's always exceptions to the rule, But what I'm saying is, if I was a matchmaker, I wouldn't want my fighter to have a bunch of deficits before the fight even happens. You see what I'm saying? Like Andre Ward, I know Andre Ward. Andre Ward is a legend in the sport. He's a gold standard of boxing. When he fought, like he had the legal trouble with the Goosen or whatever, right? He was on a long layoff. He fought Paul Smith, I believe, at a catchweight. That's how you do it. Andre Ward don't make no mistakes, bro. He knows the corruption of the game. He knows how dirty boxing can be, and he never let the game take advantage of him, right? So he fought Paul Smith. That's a good comeback fight, and I was at that fight, and he tore him up. Then he said HBO tried to force him into fighting or pressure him to fight a Kovalev, who was undefeated. Andre Ward said, I'll fight Kovalev, but give me 2 tune-ups. That's how you move. The guys, more often than not, the guys that end up like Errol Spence, and you've been in a car accident, you had injury, then you had a long layoff, and you have no tune-ups. Hey, I missed the no tune-ups. Crawford get a tune-up with avocado, and then you go in there with Crawford, you see how that fight play out. I'm telling you, more often than not, it's not to your benefit and it's more to your detriment to not move in the right fashion, period. He said, Dexter, what you on, bro? Hennessy, yak. I'm telling you, there's a certain way to move in boxing. It's not on those scary stuff. It's you gotta move in accordance with like nature and make stuff make sense. It don't make sense to try to be He-Man. And see, that's why Turkey's treating these people like video game characters. Bro, tell me I'm lying. Turkey done treated fighters like video game characters. How many fighters got burnt out messing with Turkey already? I know y'all don't want to play that game. And by burnt out, I mean they're suffering nasty losses like that wouldn't have played out like that under normal circumstances if they're not in this Turkey program. How many people? How like oh, y'all want to list them? All right, cool. Let's list them. Deontay Wilder. His first fight with Saudi, he lost. You put him in with a former champion who's a spoiler, who had more activity and fought in Saudi Arabia and acclimated before fighting Wilder. So look it up. Joseph Parker had like 3 or 4 fights, including a Saudi Arabia fight after the Joe Joyce loss to get back on a win streak with complete tune-up guys and get his bearings back. Wilder had 1 round with Helenius and a long layoff. And before that, he got knocked out by Tyson Fury. So he's not doing a bunch of tune-ups. You put Wilder in with Parker, he loses. Then you say, hey, I want to make the AJ fight still with Wilder, but you just have to defeat Zelle Zhang, a 300-pound Chinese dude, and Wilder's coming off a loss. Tell me that makes sense. So Wilder, Bacoli had an IBF eliminator with F.A. Ajagba, supposed to be on the Times Square card. You pulled him and then told him to fight with no sleep and fly into Riyadh season because Dubois. You put Tyson Fury, he got cooked by Usyk twice. You put AJ, he got cooked by Dubois. You put Zelle Zhang in there with what's his name? Caballero, and he get cooked with no cardio. It's just like you burning through the people. You Padley was undefeated. You pulled him for Shakur. Like he was probably all right. Like Padley would probably, if like a full camp Padley, not necessarily fighting Shakur, but if you left him alone, he'd probably still be undefeated right now. You see what I'm saying? How many fighters has Turkey stepped in and influenced and got them cooked when really that didn't need to be their trajectory? Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson, you offered him all his money. He get cooked by Bacoli. And then Jared Anderson came back on top rank. He acted like almost didn't want to fight. Remember, he was like, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do arm shots. He acted like he didn't even want to be there. You're hurting the fighters that overpaying them and making it too easy. Boxing shouldn't work like that. You should definitely get paid close to your market value and get paid handsomely, but not to the point where you're so overpaid, you're not really deserving of that type of pay scale. Look, you got guys like Barbosa. He been a champion for what, one fight? Then you put him in with Tio. Like that's not how you build champions. You have to understand boxing. See, I think Turkey's problem is sometimes when you have money like that, you just want things done. And it don't care if it's done the right way, you just want it done. That's the major issue. Instant gratification. You can't be about instant gratification. Some things actually take time. Like, for example, I have a steak and I planned the steak yesterday to do a dry brine so I could cook it when I'm done here. I'm not probably right. I am right. If anybody knows how to cook, certain things, no matter what you do, you're not going to make your steak taste better than a steak that's had the proper time to tenderize, to marinate, to dry brine, blah, blah, blah. There's literally no process you can do same day that replicates that because a dry brine tenderizes and breaks down the muscle fiber and the sodium and the salt sinks in and dries out the steak. You can't go buy a brand new steak and then replicate that whole process in 30 minutes. It's impossible. So you can make a steak, I guess, taste good still, but it's still not going to be a substitute for doing things the right way and the long way. So that's what it is. Like really, Crawford shouldn't even get the Canelo fight. What did he do at 160, 168 where he deserved that? Shakap Twitterson thinks he can tell the face of boxing tank what to sign or what to do. Sign with Turkey, fight De Los Santos, walk away from Amazon. What a clown. Shakur, he just make it worse for himself. He just on social media too much. Crawford gonna get stopped. The only thing that gave me any like reconsideration was how bad Canelo looked to me versus Skull. But I still don't like the weight class jumping. I really don't. It's just dumb. No tune up. It's never a smart way to move. Shakur act like a little kid almost. Like when he be like, he treat social media like Dear Diary. Like you know how little kids be writing stuff. They have their a journal or something, and they be like, "When I grow up, I'm gonna be a firefighter." That's how Shakur talk now, though. At 27, y'all know what I'm talking about. When little kids be having journals and like, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna be a pilot and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna buy the Empire State Building. That's how Shakur talk at age 27. He be on social media like, I'm working every day in the gym. I can't wait because I'm drinking milk. I'm not as tall as you or as strong as you, but one day I will be because I'm drinking milk. Remember them old milk commercials? That's what Shakur sound like. Bro, anybody who grew up in the 90s, do you remember them old milk commercials where it have like a bully or something? And then the person be like, you know what? Right now, I might not be as strong as you. I might be called a pipsqueak, but one day I'm going to be stronger than you because I'm drinking milk. And they would show them in the mirror drinking milk. And then they all of a sudden grow like Benjamin Button into some brolic Thor-like creature because they drank milk allegedly. That's Shakur. Shakur be like, I really should be the main event, but it's okay. Y'all gonna respect me one day because I'm drinking milk. So put me on the undercard. One day I'm gonna be a big old star. What? Like, what man talks like that, bro? I'm all for affirmations and all that, but Shakur gotta chill, bro. Talking about I'm gonna be a big old star one day because I'm drinking milk. This generation is washed, bro. They talk too much. Ain't nobody trying to hear none of it. And then they say Shakur on whippets. I don't know what's going on, bro. He said I still drink hella milk. He said he got them strong bones out here. Jose got the he out here. Yeah, that's funny. Shakur be like, I'm gonna show you guys. Yeah, that's the Shakur got I'm gonna show you guys energy. Shakur Zapata is a good stylistic fight in your opinion. It's all right. It's all right. See, bro, I'm telling you, Turkey is messing it up, bruh. Bro, Turkey is messing it up. Y'all don't have to admit it, but I'm telling you what it is from a boxing standpoint. Here's why. Because if William Zapata, you didn't put him in with Tevin Farmer, the Shakur fight would be bigger. Because Zapata, if you look at it, Zapata was knocking dudes out looking more impressive, right? So if you would have went from that when he was looking impressive to straight to Shakur, there's an element. It's like Mayweather. I'm not saying as big, but it's a level of Mayweather Canelo to it where it's like, all right, Canelo finna step up and he has a good style for Mayweather. Let's see what can happen. But if a person been exposed in the fight, it's not going to hit the same. And that's exactly what happened. He fought Tevin Farmer twice. That hurt. That look at all of Turkey's fights, bro. That where there's a future fight attached to it, every single time the future fight gets compromised because someone either loses or looks suspect. They say, oh, Ryan's fighting Devin Haney in a rematch October. Devin looks suspect, Ryan loses. Oh, Wilder's fighting AJ. Wilder loses to Parker, then he loses to Zhang. Then AJ, they're like AJ and Fury. AJ gets knocked out by Dubois. Tyson Fury loses to Usyk. Every single time. You're like, oh, we knew for a while Shakur was supposed to fight William Zapata. Same concept. You put him in with Tevin Farmer, he getting dropped, arguably lost one, if not both fights. Now you're saying that the fight's still a mega fight. It's not really a mega fight. Shakur should outpoint Zapata. For me, the only thing that makes the fight watchable is Shakur. His hands are made out of animal crackers or whatever. That's the only interesting thing. is that you got them Biscoff hands that at any given moment they could crumble like Dorito chips, and then you're in a real fight. But other than that, Shakur should outpoint him. The only for me, the only curiosity factor is if Shakur in them Biscoff hands, if they stay healthy or not. If his hands, if he like got with a doctor or something and got a way to get his hands healthy, he gonna outpoint Zepeda. Zepeda look very one dimensional. But if them Biscoff hands, you break them off into the tea and crumpets, then it's gonna take. Or if like Shakur is like punching and Zepeda's not going anywhere and Shakur get tired, something like that. That's the only way that fight for me becomes like intriguing. It's gonna take like Shakur gonna have to break the Biscoff hands up. You know what I mean? The animal cracker hands gotta be compromised, or he gotta get tired from the volume because Zepeda does have a volume. If not, then to me it's the Shakur show. So that's the only interesting thing. But gun in my head, I'll pick Shakur outpointing Zepeda. Easy. And again, the only thing that if Shakur fought a dumb fight for the crowd or something, then he could get lured into the wrong fight. Then it might could be something, but that's about it. I did see PBC and Golden Boy. Let's go. Let's see what they got. So yeah, I don't really see that as being like it's not a mega fight to me. I'll watch it for sure. I don't hate the fight, but I definitely see. And here's the thing. I think maturity is admitting that Devin and Shakur have like a limitation in terms of the entertainment value to their style. I think that's true maturity. Who agrees and who disagrees? There is a limitation to the entertainment value with those fighters particularly. Here's why, from my perspective. If you're fighting lesser people and not all the way looking dynamic, powerful, unstoppable, how do you move up naturally? How do you naturally move up to a other higher echelon of eliteness, and then now all of a sudden you're blazing people? It usually doesn't work like that. So what do I mean? If Shakur's fighting Thila or whatever, random Africans, and Edwin De Los Santos and Artem Haratunian, and all these performances are kind of relegated as like not the funnest to watch or kind of boring, da 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 da. How you gonna fight Tank and all of a sudden you just piecing Tank up? You know what I'm saying? And it's like super exciting. If you can't make a super exciting fight with an Artem Haratunian, if you can't stop him, if you can't make it press the issue offensively with Edwin De Los Santos, how you gonna do that with Tank? Same thing with Devin. If you're fighting Ramirez at 144 off of a loss and you can't really walk him down at any point in the fight, how are you going to fight the bigger and better people like Jaron Ennis, Brian Norman of that weight class and push the action like that? So, yeah, you can win, but I think it's going to be pretty similar to some of the wins you've had that have criticism. You just don't have the power. And I'll take it a step further. I think Shakur Stevenson is going to slow foot to 140, if not go to 140. If Shakur went to 140, his career could change. Because, like, at 140, Gary Antoine Russell, Ernesto Tito Mercado, you know what I mean? Guys like the dude that fought Oscar Duarte and Kenneth Sims. Them real powerful, aggressive, like rugged guys, Subriel Matias, they're gonna be bigger and stronger. Those those are gonna be fights that I think would challenge Shakur a lot more. See, it makes you really appreciate Floyd Mayweather and guys like that. Floyd went up 5 weight classes, bro. Shakur can't. I. I'm not trying to hate or put a limitation on someone. Devin, Shakur, they can't go up 5 weight classes. Book it. They can't because Devin 5 weight classes for him. Let's see, lightweight 140, 147, 54. Five would Devin would be at 160, somewhere around there. I can't even picture Devin clearing 154. Shakur, let's say he started at featherweight, 126, 130, 135, 140, 147. Can you picture Shakur beating Jaron Ennis and like some of the guys who stepped through at welterweight recently, like the Errol Spences and Kell Brook in his prime? Shakur could beat guys like that at 47. Come on, bro. So it shows you how special a guy like Floyd Mayweather is, where he's fighting Cotto and De La Hoya's, Canelo and Maidana's way bigger and way stronger. These, I don't want to say posers, but that's for lack of a better word. A lot of these fighters are like posers, where they're good, but they're more like talk than substance, right? I'm noticing that. Like they talk about how unbeatable they are more than they're showing us. I guarantee you, I can come up with 4 fights for Shakur Stevenson. He getting touched in one of them fights. May even lose. More style than substance. Yeah, it's like they talking about it, but they're not. You know what I mean? They like da 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 da. You can't do what Floyd did, bro. Floyd really was fighting dogs and like people capable of beating him. Like even Arturo Gotti, people don't understand. Arturo Gotti was bigger than Floyd. What are we talking about? Cause I've never seen Devin or Shakur fight anybody and do that. Tell me, name one fight where Devin or Shakur put up Mayweather Gotti type of performance where it was just blistering combinations, like dazzling things, like never before seen levels of combinations. Name one fight that they fought and they had that, especially against someone bigger than them. Bud can do what? I don't get it. Bud can do something, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah, this new generation, like even Crawford, like Crawford is a previous generation. Crawford a killer. Crawford at least is like, you know what I'm saying? Like if he talk, no matter what Crawford talk, he can talk that. Devin, Shakur, Ryan, T.O., they can't talk like a Crawford. They can't talk like someone like that. Not with what they've accomplished to me. See, here's the thing that make it hard for me to pick Bud versus Canelo. Y'all don't know what y'all looking at. That's why. Bud, y'all compare him to people he fight nothing like Floyd, Andre Ward. He don't fight like them. They are to me, way better on defense. The people who hurt or dropped or landed these shots on Ward or Floyd deserved to lose those. They deserve to land them shots because they just came with a clever approach. Bud, the thing that's scary with him is he liked to engage. He liked to scrap and he liked to fight. And then when you move up, keep moving up in weight, that's just harder to do, period. Even if Canelo is faded and decayed a bit, it's still going to be hard to do. Because, like, bro, let's be real. I know y'all not ready to play this game. I will crush y'all. I will crush y'all. I will crush y'all. Who got a better resume at 154? Jermell Charlo or Terrence Crawford? Let's play the game. Spin the wheel. Y'all scared. Who got a better resume at 154? Jermell Charlo or Terrence Crawford? Jermell easily. He was undisputed. Charlo, no compare. Exactly. Now, that was a trick question. Bud has one fight at 54. So if anybody picked Bud, you're an idiot. A guy that's been undisputed and had all them good fights, and a guy that got one fight that struggled a bit in that one fight. So there's that. So let's take this comparison to another level because that's just too easy. Who got a better resume? Bud Crawford at 154 or 147 or Terrence Crawford at 147 or Charlo at 54. I'm talking when Charlo fought these guys, who they were at that time, and because they both were undisputed. So Crawford's undisputed run at 47 or Charlo's undisputed run at 54. Which one was better and harder? Get it? Charlo at 54 again, easily. Exactly. Bud's best win is who? Arrow post accident. Facts. And who probably stayed in the division too long. Facts. So Charlo has a better resume to get undisputed. His run was tougher. So he moved up and fought Canelo coming from all those quality fights at 54 and couldn't do nothing with Canelo Alvarez 2 years ago. Nothing. So Bud, off of one fight, no tune-ups, no cleaning house at 54, he's expected to jump all this weight and get more respect than what Charlo, or do way better than what Charlo could do. Now, the only thing is, if Bud does it, to me, is because that means Canelo is washed and Canelo is more decayed and faded. That's what that means to me. Because Charlo moved up and he was more accomplished at a higher weight with more fights at a higher weight, moved up to 14 pounds, and Canelo was eating all his shots and won the fight. And you could argue, oh, Crawford fights different than Jermell Charlo, but we're talking about things like punching power. Punching power is punching power, right? Yeah, it could be a different delivery of how you, what shots you land or whatever. But for me, I don't know. It's hard to believe that if you get even the Canelo that fought Berlanga, Munguia, and Charlo, that level of a Canelo, to me, based really on the size and power, beats Terrence Crawford. But again, if Crawford wins, to me, it feels more like you're getting Canelo at the right time and maybe father time, and he a bit more faded than people think. That's how it plays out. So for many reasons, I don't really like this fight because if let's say Crawford knocks out Canelo, I'm spitballing, right? He knocks him out. That's going to look cap as hell, bro, because Canelo ain't never been dropped. He never been stopped. and he fought 36 rounds with Golovkin, and Golovkin landed, and he couldn't get him out. Danny Jacobs couldn't get him out or drop him or hurt him. Cotto, all these guys, Mayweather, none of these people could they couldn't stop Canelo or get Canelo, Jermell Charlo, none of them. Berlanga, Mungi, none of these much bigger people could actually stop Canelo in all these 70 fights or whatever. But Bud Crawford could just move up in one motion and he's Superman and he could just easily do it. Then to me, it's just you caught Canelo at the right time, and Canelo is more far gone than people think. That's what that means to me. Because a prime Canelo, like the one that fought Danny Jacobs, he not losing to that, bro. Like Canelo lost to Bivol. Bivol's bigger than Crawford for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just different. So that makes sense. So if Canelo, to me, oh, you're making excuse. I'm just being real. You can say whatever you want. I don't really care. The pay's the same. To me, it'll be like Canelo versus Kovalev, FAF. If Crawford go in there and just dog walk Canelo, FAF. It's going to be like you got him at the right time. Just like when Canelo fought, like anybody who believes Canelo fought the same Kovalev that Andre Ward fought, then you might as well unsubscribe from my channel because I don't like you. You're ugly. And we don't ever see nothing. We're never going to see the same. The Kovalev that Canelo fought got washed and looked washed. He was throwing lazy jabs. That's Andre Ward didn't fight that Kovalev. He fought a menacing crusher Kovalev. So yeah, either way, this fight to me is going to be a show and it's going to be a circus, and you'll see. And that's what often happens when you try to force it. No one really requested this fight, for the record. Nobody was really requesting this fight. And when you try to force the issue and, really just make fights that don't need to happen, bad things happen in the sport of boxing. So that's my time. Let me know what you guys think. I will be back with some more heat. They just need to announce the actual date so people can make adjustments instead of playing these games. Deuces.